Sumaiya is a Chief Executive Officer, as you got to meet her earlier today, of the National Oil Corporation of Kenya. She holds a Bachelor of Law honors degree from Lancaster University, a Master of Law degree in Commercial Law from the University of Bristol in the UK, and is an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. She joined National Oil in 2004 as the company secretary and legal affairs manager from private law practice, and was later appointed Deputy Chief Executive Officer, then acting CEO in 2010, before being confirmed to the position in 2011. Sumaiya has attended several high-level trainings in Kenya and abroad, among them the Advanced Management Diploma course at Oxford University in the UK. She is a member of various industry and professional associations, among them the Law Society of Kenya, the Institute of Certified Public Secretaries of Kenya, the Association of International Petroleum Negotiators, the National Fossil Fuels Advisory Committee, and the World Oil Council. In 2013, Ms. Sumaiya was declared the best CEO in Kenya during the Women in Leadership Congress held in Nairobi. Congratulations. Further, she was awarded honorary member of the Geological Society of Kenya for her leadership role in Kenya's oil and gas exploration activities. And over the years, she has consistently been voted among the top 40 under 40 corporate leaders in Kenya. And the top 40 under 40 is an elite list of young Kenya corporate leaders who have excelled in their professions. So we have some questions for you. What are the leadership challenges that you think keep business leaders in your part of the world really engaged? And I realize the two of you are sharing that. You're probably thinking of some things too, Nanias. But if you could share with us what you think of that.
Thank you, Laura Lee. I think the leadership challenges that keep business leaders in our part of the world engaged are very similar to the leadership challenges that are keeping business leaders engaged across the world. I think the world has become so small, particularly because of the interconnectedness that technology has given us, that really challenges are hardly ever territorial at the moment. They are very much global. So for example, the things that are keeping us very busy, and I think many of the people in this room will relate to, number one, I would say, is the battle for talent. Talent has become a resource that has become so scarce and is so mobile, and it is such a global issue that, if you find business leaders sitting somewhere, one of the things they're really trying to get their head around is how to attract the best talent, how to motivate that talent, and how to retain it. And when you add into that mixture what we have now, I mean, I am pretty young myself, but I have a lot of my staff who are much younger than I am. They're Generation Y and they're millennials. And for those of you, and I'm sure many of you have these two groups in your workforce, you will know that they're very fast, they're very mobile, they are very connected, their fingers are always like this, they're typing something. They are very unconvinced. You can't just come in with a theory that this is how things have been done. You have to convince them. And they are always ready for the next thing. So how do you get this group energized to give you their best and to stay long enough to add value to you as you seek to add value to them? They're not interested in certificates of long service, really. You'll be lucky if you keep them around for 2 years. And this is a challenge that I think is a global challenge, and certainly it keeps us very busy. The other thing is innovation. Right now, I think across the globe, no matter what industry you're in, innovate or die is really the motto for many of our companies and many of our businesses. So the constant need to engage in R&D and to be ahead of your customer in terms of what is the next thing, how better can I serve my customer, where should I look at for inspiration in terms of how to move my sector forward, has become something that keeps business leaders very engaged. I remember a few years ago when I was at Oxford, we had a session where the question was asked of the business leaders in the room, what are the cities of the future? Which do you think are the cities that will stand out in the next few years? And I said Nairobi, and they were very shocked, and they said, why? What has Nairobi done? And I said, we have a mobile banking platform called M-Pesa, and M-Pesa will revolutionize things. And really, you know, it's amazing. The business leaders didn't think you could get that much innovation coming out of Africa. And M-Pesa has now crushed global records in terms of how innovative a product it is, that our women, our people in the rural areas don't actually need to open bank accounts. They can pay for almost everything on their mobile phone. It's just incredible. I think the other key global issue that is a leadership challenge that keeps us very busy is that partnerships have become the way of doing things. Going forward, nobody is really looking at being self-sufficient in anything. We are all looking at which are the joint ventures I should get into. Where is the M&A activity coming out of? What cross-border participation or ventures should I be going into? And all this, just again reflecting on the fact that the world has shrunk. What happens in Egypt or what happens in Syria has an impact on the way we do our business in Kenya. And you know, what happens in Uganda affects somebody else operating in Singapore. That's just the nature of the world that we're living in right now.